Hello everybody, it's your boy NoukonNeko, your perfect virtual feline friend and purveyor of good vibes. So today we are here to play some Genshin Impact, and today's main goal is to complete Arlecchino's character story. And I am pretty excited for this story because I don't know too much about her, but she does seem to be like a pretty complex character to me. It's interesting when you have a character who's kind of, you know, in the bad guy side, but she's also doing some good stuff as well, right? Trying to help certain people in Fontaine, and it kind of makes you wonder if there's anything really ill intent behind it all. And we're about to find out. We're going to learn a lot about her, I think, in her story. That's what character stories are for, right? And I already have a hint of a big battle that's to come. So it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. And I think it will also determine whether I like the character enough to roll for her. Because right now, with her kit alone has me directly on the fence. Not enough for me to, you know, decide just to roll for her just for her kit alone, but her kit's still strong. It's just, yeah, there's just some drawbacks that I didn't like, right? So at this point, it's just all about her character. If I really like her character, then I will roll for her. And I've been told that I should be able to complete this this story in one stream, so hopefully I can get done today and do some rolls afterwards. So let's go ahead and start. And I need to, first thing I need to do is unlock it, right? So I'm gonna go here. Unlock. There you go. Enable focus experience mode to avoid conflicts and other quests. Yep, I think I will. This is the first time I'm trying this out as well. When the hearth of flame goes out, enable focus experience mode to better experience this quest by avoiding conflicts with other quests. Yeah, because I didn't finish all the other, there's a lot of quests I didn't finish, so most likely I will have to do this to kind of get her story done or doable.
It's been a while since we visited Poisson. Maybe we should head over and have a look around.
So we go to Poisson. So the Poisson, where Navia has her kind of her crew over there. That's also where Arlecchino saved a lot of Navia's crew when they were getting dissolved by the water that was rising.
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh, Paimon knows that voice.
I remember his name. Linny, right? Because his sister's Lynette.
Over here.
Linny, it's been too long. He's the magician that you see in the beginning of Fontaine's story.
To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue like this has really made my day. I certainly wasn't expecting it.
Because he's always happy to see me.
You can say that again. What brings you to Poisson? Wait, Paimon's got it. You must be here for one of your magic shows, right?
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front, so Father arranged for us to stay in Poisson for the time being.
Oh, are Lynette and Fremine here too?
Are they never all together?
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed Poisson seems a bit more crowded than usual.
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you've run into way more than just a bit of trouble. What's really going on?
Well...
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
You scared Paimon half to death!
Father, you're here.
You know... On second thought, maybe we don't need to know? It's all probably super confidential House of the Hearth stuff, right? We totally weren't trying to pry or anything.
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved.
Yeah, she's like an assassin, right? So sneaking on people like that, it's kind of her specialty. Well, we are a little curious.
I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with us in the past. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of the Hearth. It's an internal matter.
Huh?
What sort of rumor?
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of the Hearth.
Some sort of ghost story, maybe?
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Hearth. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. I expect I should be able to track down the spirit fairly quickly. After that, it's just a matter of resolving the situation, if you will. It shouldn't be much trouble at all. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. I'm sure the children would be exceedingly pleased to welcome some visitors. Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Of course, Father.
Is phantom ghosts like that problematic for them? Usually the ghosts don't really do much. And I'm not talking about real ghosts either. Usually I'm thinking about like, most likely it's somebody real who should be dead, but they're like, you know, still lingering around. There are hints of them lingering around. And usually, you know, they are trying to remain undetected, so they're not really doing much in the first place. But I guess maybe Nave might be, or Arlecchino might be suspecting something's gonna happen soon. I couldn't help but feel intimidated during that conversation with the Knave. Now that she's gone, it feels like I can finally breathe again. She also suggested we stick around for a few days. But why?
It has long been a dream of mine to invite you to our home and introduce you to my other siblings. You're quite well known in the organization already. A lot of people have been talking about you, especially after everything with the prophecy. If you're willing, why don't you stay a while and have a little chat with us?
Alright. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're just gonna be there as guests, okay? Don't get any funny... Oh, wait a second. For your guests, that probably means we'll be treated to lots of yummy food, right?
That's all it takes, Paimon?
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring in quite the bounty every day. In fact, today's the perfect chance for me to show you what I can do in the kitchen.
Yeah, technically Lenny and his crew doesn't seem like he's up to anything bad from what I can tell so far in the past. It's just, I still don't know much about the Knave.
Let's go. I'll take you to where we're staying.
Especially after she attempted to assassinate Farina. She had the chess piece. The It's called again. Gnosis. If she had the Gnosis, she probably would have killed Farina and taken it away from her. But left Farina live after she knew that, you know, she wasn't the real deal. But yeah, there's still a lot to know about the Knave. She is the one that runs, you know, the leader of Lenny's crew. But the Knave was up to something like kind of up to no good, kind of misleading everybody. As an ulterior motive, then she's pretty much most likely just using, you know, Lenny and everybody else's goodwill to get the results she wants. But I like to give her the benefit of the doubt. I like to believe that there are some good Fatui out there. It's just maybe some Fatui might, you know, do things a little bit extreme and you know, do things that are kind of bad for other people, which is why they have a bad reputation. But it doesn't mean that all of them are like that, right?
We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and tidy up a bit. After that, it should be all ready for you to stay in tonight.
Awesome, thanks! So, where are we off to now?
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, I was actually in the middle of distributing some supplies. With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then. I should probably make sure the rest of these provisions get delivered, otherwise people might start to get antsy.
Okay, we'll come with! There are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating around out there. Paimon's not sure if she could even take a wild guess as to what's true and what's not. But now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house, we can take a good look at how you operate!
Well, you're more than welcome to come along. Just follow me.
Okay, guess we're just distributing stuff. That's right, because a lot of people died. They're lacking a lot of supplies, so that's why the house is here. Give supplies out for people in need.
Lenny, we're finally here. The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
Brought them with me? Yep, here you go. Hello? Something caught your eye?
It's the Traveler in Paimon!
Oh, I didn't know we're that kind of well known.
No way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
Like, try to remember what I did that. I mean, I guess I was, you know, part of the huge thing that saved Fontaine, I guess. What, like a giant whale?
Time, please. Don't crowd around them all at once. We don't want to scare off our guests now, do we?
It's just too bad we couldn't stop the crisis that happened here. I'm trying to remember what initially started that crisis.
Oh, it's alright! Gotta say, Paimon didn't realize we were this famous.
Of course! Father and Lenny have told us so much about you.
Father told us about how you helped Lenny. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend. And as far as she's concerned, that's pretty much the highest compliment we've ever heard her give. As you can imagine, everyone's been very curious about you.
I heard the Traveler is so strong that he can move a mountain with his bare hands.
It's interesting. So people hear stories of my character, but how do people recognize me?
I heard Paimon eats so much that she can clean out the entire pantry at Hotel de Boer in just 3 days!
Well, that's probably true.
That's the rumor you heard about! Oh, not cool at all!
Well, mine's also a bit of a stretch.
Oh, wait! When guests visit, you're supposed to give them gifts and stuff, right?
Oh, we don't need something like that. Besides, we don't have anything to give to you! Come on, we insist! I can give you some of my new potions. Just pick your poison. And by that, I mean medicine or actual poison. I've got both.
Eh? Why would she have poison?
Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys about stealth. He's super good at it. He's never been caught.
Ah, now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head-on, but it never hurts to expand your bag of tricks, right? When it comes to eliminating your enemies, staying quiet can go a long way. Trust me, I would know.
What's everybody learning here? They're like all trained to be assassins?
I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects. So I'm not quite as good as I was before, but I can still give you some pointers.
Wait. When you said gifts, Paimon didn't think you meant poison and stealth tactics.
But those are the best things we can give you. You don't like them? Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone who really annoys you, and we'll teach him a lesson for you.
The dangerous suggestions keeps coming on one after another.
Selwar, I think that's enough suggestions for now. When it comes to being a good host, it's the thought that counts. You don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion might make them more annoyed than anything. I would say your enthusiasm has certainly gotten across.
Really?
We definitely feel the love.
Awesome! It's been so long since we've had guests to play with. If there's anything you need, just let us know.
Yeah, especially if it's poison or something. I've got all sorts of potions for that.
Well, we'll talk to you all later. We've still got supplies to distribute.
Yeah, I guess common sense is a bit different for them.
All right, see you later.
Not normal to kind of give or talk about poison like that. I'd be surprised if I talked to someone like that in real life.
Lenny, about all that poison and stealth tactics talk just now.
Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with being part of the House of the Hearth. When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets, just out of curiosity. He was labeled a dangerous problem child and was abandoned by his family.
Yeah.
Lar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but she still tries to test them in secret. You really have to keep an eye on that one. Chaplot is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting intelligence, he handles surveillance. He's very passionate about his work and has no reservations about taking on some very difficult missions. I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions. Things like stealth tactics and developing different poisons, they really mean a lot to them. They were just trying to share the best of what they could offer, that's all.
Yeah, a house full of assassins. That's interesting. Kind of makes sense that Nate would be in charge of all that. Okay, I'll go this way. Okay, more people.
Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these two? Outsiders?
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, you're the famous duo I've been hearing so much about.
These two look kind of fancy.
It's nice to meet you. I heard you've traveled to all sorts of places. Is that true?
Of course! We're making our way all across to that!
Oh, good for you.
You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now then. Have you seen the new opera that started running recently? I think it's called... The 4,000 Thieves?
Oh, this is the first we've heard of it.
It seems like it's going to be fantastic. From what I've been able to tell from the posters, anyway. You should definitely check it out if you have the time.
Oh, and there's the Blind Maiden, too. That one is supposed to have audience interaction. Seems pretty interesting.
Oh. Spend some time talking about popular
After this
culture.
mission is over, I think I'll go get a manicure.
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair. Wonder how much it'll cost.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much easier to get along with than the others? Looks like the House of the Hearth has some normal members after all.
I heard that.
Oh! Oops.
Yeah, she's not being kind of quiet about it anyways.
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others? Yeah, we're definitely not all like them.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure they just can't wait to get back to Snezhnaya to carry out the plan.
That's enough, Filial.
What plan?
Don't talk about family members behind their back, right? Whatever. Let's go.
Guess this is goodbye then. If you ever have some time, we should go see the opera together.
Yeah, these are all really interesting individuals, and I guess for them to get along together, they have these kind of roles.
Well, that's it for the supplies. We should probably head back as well.
I kind of thought
Well,
this.
they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here.
Thought that the supplies were for the Fontanians, but I guess it's actually just more for the people of the house. So yeah, we should exit for now. It's better not to pry.
You're right. We're only here as guests after all. Oh, Linny's getting super far ahead. Come on, let's catch up.
To the temporary accommodations. We're going back to our little house. The guest house.
So, what do you think of the members you've met so far?
They've certainly got a lot of personality.
Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. So if there's one thing we've got, it's people who aren't afraid to speak their mind. Well, I should probably get cooking. Wanna join?
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Fremine? What are you doing here?
You know, I kind of wonder if anybody ever thought of doing like a magic show with cooking together. Is that a thing? Yeah, if anybody could do it, it would be Linny.
Fremine, nice to see you again!
You too. I heard you're here as guests of House of the Hearth. Welcome.
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen, and I seem to remember you mentioning you wanted to make seafood soup for the traveler in Paimon.
Seafood soup? Oh, Paimon's drooling already.
Were you looking for something just now, Fremine? Maybe I can help.
It's nothing. I just wanted to see if there were any extra supplies.
Yeah, we've got some left over. What do you need?
Some food and water, and some clean cloth, if possible.
It's very basic.
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come eat with us. So what's this all about?
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry at night. Could be because I'm growing, you know? And...
Really not sus.
Fremine. You remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work. Tell me what's going on. Is it really bad enough that you have to keep it from your own brother?
Maybe it'll be better if we gave them some space.
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face. Whatever happened, does it have something to do with Father?
Oh, you know, the phantom ghost they're looking for? Is Fermine helping that individual?
Yes. Just follow me.
I wonder why it's important to hide this person. That's what I'm trying to figure out. There's no indication of why this is a big deal in the first place. I'm gonna guess this person is Fermine's friend. Hopefully not an imaginary friend. That's a whole nother issue. I'm also trying to look around and see if I can find this Oculus somewhere, but we're here. Oh, it's below. Underneath the ship?
You're back! Oh, and you've brought some friends with you this time.
Hello, my name's Linny. I grew up in the House of the Hearth. And you are?
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth, just like you. You can call me Clairvy.
Clairvy?
Linny doesn't know her though.
It's nice to meet you. Does that name ring any bells, Linny?
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it. What I'm not sure of, though, is how she managed to sneak in. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you were the one that found her, Fermine. You, haven't told Father, have you?
No, I haven't told anyone. I've just been keeping her hidden.
For how long?
About half a month now.
That's kind of short.
So ever since we got to Poisson, then, do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know what I'm doing.
Really? 'Cause from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. If Father finds out about this, everyone involved is going to be punished. You know the rules of the house, Fermine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal. So why are you doing this?
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like that. Linny, don't you remember last year? Sheplo nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison started taking effect, and not a single person was there to help him. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened my eyes, but I couldn't find the source of the voice. I thought maybe I was just hearing things, but I went to look for him anyway. Luckily, I got there with enough time to save his life. That feeling of being haunted, of hearing voices, it's happened many times in the House of the Hearth. I'm sure you've noticed.
So what you're saying is, that was her? She was the one who spoke to you that night?
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth, I don't think there's any other possibility. If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. I would have acted without a second thought, because that's what Father ordered us to do. But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all this time. I think that makes her family. I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not when there's so much we still don't know.
So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone is bound to find out eventually.
I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want to disobey an order from Father, but I also don't want to put Clairvy in danger.
Why would she be in danger? Doesn't sound like she did anything bad so far.
Come with me. There are a couple things I'd like to say to you in private.
Those two sure care a lot about each other. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it sure seemed like they were about to bite each other's heads off.
No way! They have a really deep bond. I could tell right away, 'cause I also have a friend like that. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last.
What do you mean?
The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
I'm sorry, Linny. I really didn't mean to drag anyone else into this.
Oh really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I for one wish you did.
Huh? What do you mean?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother, just like Lynette. We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by Father. Of all the siblings in the House of the Hearth, I think our bond was the closest. Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend on each other to survive long before we joined the house.
Linny,
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, Fremine, we've stood by each other for all these years now, and to me, that means more than blood. You and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you. So I won't let you face anything alone. Not if I can help it.
Oh, looks like things are getting kinda heated between Linny and Fremine. Maybe we should go check on them.
Seems like they're okay to me.
Oh, it's raining. I should put my clothes away.
Hello, Mexican Sonic. I vaguely remember you from somewhere. Pretty sure I was playing a different game back then. How have you been? Do you play Genshin too?
Hey, you two! Hope we aren't interrupting anything. Like a fight, or... Oh, wait a minute, Fremine. You're not crying, are you? Is everything alright?
everything's fine.
Are you?
Thanks for asking.
I'm doing good, and I'm gonna guess you're eating a chili hot dog. That's the only thing I can guess. Maybe it's not a hot dog, more of like a taco. If you're a Mexican Sonic.
Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through so much together, so if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word.
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with. In fact, it might be better if your stay ended here.
Sometimes having guests around can come in handy.
What are you getting at, Traveler?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it?
I think it'll be better if we stick around.
I just... Thank you. I was really hoping to keep you out of it. But even if I could think of some other reason to turn you away, I'm not sure I could convince you. I know things could turn dangerous, so I promise you this. From now on, I'll protect you like my life depends on it.
Well, doesn't taco start with the letter T? Is it not taco?
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing Clairvy over to Father, then our only other option is to solve the mystery of her identity before Father is able to track her down. That means finding out where she came from and what she's doing here. Then we can send her on her merry way and pretend like none of this ever happened.
I've tried that already.
Teriyaki?
And?
And nothing. I tried taking her somewhere really far away, but after some time, she just reappeared. She even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like wherever the house is, she follows.
I don't know much about spirits. Do you two have any ideas?
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like, if you fulfill a spirit's last wish before they died, they'll let go of whatever's keeping them here and return to the ley lines. Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that, so it's not guaranteed to work or anything.
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about her wish. But first, Fremine, I need you to promise me something.
You can give me a hint. And keep in mind that I am concentrating on the story and trying to figure out what's going on as well in the story. Blue Bag Buckin Ranch? And it starts with a T. Nope, I can't think of anything. These are the type of things I'm pretty bad with. Blue bucket, blue, or ranch. Nothing that I could think of like rings a bell. Takis? Yeah, I would have guessed. I actually don't even know what a taki is. Hold on, let me look. Let me look this up actually. Taki. Is this a advertisement for Takis? Tortilla chips with like a cheese flavor. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. I don't see Takis too often. Yeah, I never had Takis before. But that makes sense. I would say it's just pretty much chips. I do like I mean, something similar to that is like ranch Doritos. That would be my guess of what it would taste like. And I do like ranch Doritos. I haven't had one for a long time, but I do like them when I do have them.
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're the masterminds behind this whole thing. No one else gets involved. Can you do that for me?
Of course. I promise.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
No, I did not know there was such thing as a Japanese Doritos. And that's kind of cool, having a fist bump for a promise. Oh, wow. Where did she come from? Everybody's just really good stealth today.
Whoa!
Lynette!
You scared me.
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister?
Yeah, she's mad that she got left out.
And, when exactly did you get here?
I guess she was here the whole time.
You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Fremine. You 3, Traveler, and you 4, Paimon.
Wow, I never seen her this mad before.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I figured she must not have come with us. But it turns out you were just hiding her. I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully join in. If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back to Father. Simple as that.
Uh-oh.
You're not giving us much wiggle room here, Lynette. Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clairvy, we'll figure out our next move. There's no time to lose. Let's go.
Let me look up this Japanese Doritos. Is it just that Doritos just in Japanese? Yeah, I'm just seeing Doritos just in, you know, with Japanese text.
Greed embraces its duty.
I always think it's interesting when I see
Cherishes their
chips in like cup styles. I feel like I don't see that much of that in the States as much, but it's something I feel like I see when I look in the when I was in Japan. Yeah, of course. That's what I feel like in Japan. They always have more flavors of things a lot like snacks that I've seen so far. It's just, I guess these flavors wouldn't be popular everywhere else, but in Japan it is. I know Japanese cereal Hershey's.
I'm full. Thank you for bringing me this food, you guys.
Like there's a lot of things, really a lot of snacks in Japan. I don't think I could try them all.
She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
Well, she's a spirit. She can't actually eat.
That's right. Based on what I've been able to observe, it doesn't seem like Clairvy can interact with the physical world at all. Still, when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around it for a good little while. Maybe, in her mind, she really is eating those things.
Does she know that she has already passed away?
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer. My guess is that she's just as confused as we are. Or maybe she couldn't understand the question at all.
Clairvy, if you've got some time, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yeah, does this cereal, does Japanese cereal Hershey's look like that? That's on the table right now. Let me look it up. Japanese cereal Hershey's. No, and it looks... I wouldn't say it looks like lasagna to me. It makes me... I'm gonna guess it probably tastes like, you know, Cocoa Puffs. Like that's the only chocolate cereal I can think of. But it does have something like in the middle of it, looks like cream, but I don't know where would you actually would have that in cereal itself.
Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hi, I'm Clairvy.
It sounds like I thought Clairvy knew everybody though.
Hello.
At least everybody in the House of Hearth.
Clairvy, how did you join the House of the Hearth?
Huh? Isn't it the same for everybody? The knave brings you here and then you can't leave.
It's just that your name, it's not on the roster. And I've never seen you before.
The roster? Oh, I get it now. I think there might be some things you don't know about this place. The people in charge,
They're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete. There are a lot of people who aren't on it, and never will be. In this house, some people are family, and other people are just test subjects. Those kinds of people aren't ever going to get a place on the roster, unless it's the roster of people who've been executed.
Oh, this is the reason why this might be a problem. But if she's a ghost, then what can the knave even do about all of this? And coffee cereal sounds pretty good to me. I would like to eat something like that, but cereal tends to kind of be focused towards kids, so probably not something kids would usually like. I don't think I know much kids that like, coffee flavor stuff. It's usually kind of better for them. But I would like it.
Wait, does that mean the knave... She...
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
No, I do not know about Genshin Impact cereal. What would that even taste like? What flavor would it be?
Perry, she's my best friend. She's the only one I trust in this place.
Have either of you heard of that name before?
Another ghost?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy, Perry. Neither of those names are on the roster.
Kind of makes you wonder, like, when did they actually die?
But it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, or this kid's already got a bag of tricks bigger than mine. Maybe we should try a different approach. Clairvy, do you have a wish?
A wish?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and your wish is...
Is?
To go outside, where the sun can find me.
That's... it? Well, that sounds easy enough.
She's stuck here for some reason? She can't leave?
The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
Tastes like stars, so would it be like Lucky Charm? Yeah, what did she mean by that? Things that can't be this simple.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. Listen up. I've got a plan. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside and bring her somewhere with sunlight. Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was talking about and see if her name is on it. Fremine, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clairvy. I need you to collect intel on everything she's said and done.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us? What should we do?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a family matter. I don't want to drag you in too deep. It's too risky. Let me think. Since Father considers you to be guests, maybe you could stick by her side for a little while. You don't need to do anything except keep up some nice, casual conversation.
Ah, Paimon gets it. You want us to distract her.
And hopefully with us here, then, she won't do anything too bad to our ghost friend here. How should we contact you?
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking, and it'll alert me that something's wrong.
That's a very cute bird. What kind of bird is that?
Of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, there's no need to make contact. We'll reconvene here tonight after all's said and done. If the worst case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. We're not going to let our guests get punished for our own actions. That's where we draw the line.
Be careful.
You too. Okay, this is where we part. Father should be at the beach nearby.
Time to go have a little date with Arlecchino.
This goes well. No, it has to go well. That's the only way this can get resolved.
I guess that's how this whole character story is gonna go. Yeah, I didn't do my commissions today. Oh! Just doing that one part, complete all of my commissions. Okay. That's crazy. Let me go turn that in, then I'm gonna meet Arlecchino afterwards. Yeah, I also wonder how much resin I have right now. So I haven't locked. Oh, well, I have a lot of resin I need to kind of burn. I'm just gonna condense one for now. Okay.
Add Astro.
Bash these guys all out again. Batch again.
Add Astro. Thank you for coming.
Daily reward. Our main source of primogems, right? Still is how it is. Wait. Okay. Okay, now I can just focus on the store without worrying about other things for a while. To finally learn more about Arlecchino. So this ghost, I'm guessing this ghost is wearing Arlecchino, right? Just a bundle of secrets that she doesn't want to get let out. It's crazy that nobody else in the house knows about this ghost, though.
Come with me. Let us find shelter from the rain.
It could be things that happened in the past before Arlecchino became leader of the House of Hearth. But we're about to find out. Wait, Child? Didn't Child get sent back to, Snezhnaya?
It's the knave and Child. Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are you still doing in Fontaine?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here.
He's still not well.
I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Snezhnaya, and well, I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I mustered up all my strength and made the journey back on my own.
What sort of unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left. I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her down. She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine.
Oh, okay, so have you found any clues?
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to escape our purview.
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting better first.
Yeah, you're not gonna be stronger when you're sick like that.
The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. Pain and chills all over. But they really did help speed up my recovery.
That's pretty gutsy. But I feel like that's he was getting experimented with without him actually knowing, or he knew and he's just decided to take the risk.
And that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrader's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fontaine for a little longer. Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better. I've been waiting for a chance to see you go all out.
Oh, are they gonna fight?
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But I also have a role to play in all this. I'll be leaving Fontaine shortly as well.
Guess not.
Besides, considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries, what a great honor. Wouldn't you agree?
One I could do without, I'd say.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
Just casually trash-talking their colleagues behind their backs?
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth, to what do I owe the visit?
Well, we just...
Wanted to learn more about you.
Right! We're super close to Linny and the others, but we still don't know much about you!
Is that so? Introductions have already been made, have they not?
Oh, well, you see? There's only so much you can learn about someone from a short introduction. At least tell us something a little extra, like... Why do you call yourself father?
Good question. I'd also like to know.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success. And we can't have that, now can we?
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
Wait, don't go!
The lady leaves now. She's sure to run into Linny and... Cleavy? Trying to remember how to say her name properly. But, man, the way Paimon said that, not obviously, like... I feel like there's something up when Paimon says it like that. Pretty sure she would catch on to that. Should I release the bird Linny gave us? No, we should try to get her talking about something else first. About the House of the Hearth. What does the organization mean to you?
I'd also like to hear the answer to this. I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of Tonya and Tusser. Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? At least, that's what I heard.
What?
Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean.
Nate betrayed the House of the Hearth? So, does that mean that Cleavy said was true? Does the knave really treat her children like test subjects?
Wait, did you really do something bad to those kids?
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say. Care to enlighten me?
Well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth, and even going so far to attack your own family.
I see.
Based on your reaction, I'm guessing it's all a bunch of lies.
Well, I'm gonna make a guess and kind of put a good spin on her. I'm pretty sure. Imagine her dad or her mom was in charge of the House of the Hearth, but they were mad I mean, not they were mad, but they were kind of bad and experimental on kids, and she was against that. So she attacked her parents. Technically, it could also be siblings as well, but someone that was in charge, she killed them. She technically betrayed them, but now she's the leader of the house, and the kids all love her, right? Because she wants to treat them well. But then we still have kids like Clevie, who still, ghost of the past. So that's my guess of what's happening.
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase, but I suppose he didn't say anything untrue. Although it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved, but I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Prejudice has a funny way of concealing the real truth behind certain things, an attribute that I find to be quite advantageous. Call yourself a Fontanian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth is that this is simply the land where I was raised.
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then why did you try to help out with the prophecy and everything?
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontanian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontanian of having any ulterior motives. Who wouldn't want to save their homeland after all? The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information, didn't you? There you go. I hope that satisfied your curiosity.
So much for learning anything else about her betrayal. She probably only revealed that other secret in order to change the subject. Seemed like she's trying to avoid talking about her past. I mean, even if I was right about my theory, that's still a very sad thing to kind of do, right? Like, patricide is actually a hard thing to kind of be proud of, even if the parent did something wrong. Man, she's such a mysterious character.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I was holding on to some prejudices myself.
Good. Like I said, I like it when others have misconceptions of me.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, there was something else that really caught my attention. I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down. Seems pretty cool if you ask me. Would also give them plenty of opportunities to hone their skills.
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so friendly. The losing party would lose everything, including their life.
It was very lethal. That's probably what she did back then.
They were that high stakes? Whew, at least that's not a thing anymore.
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many family members around you, and you even get to live with them.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusser enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll understand. Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
You kind of like Child's face right now. Yeah, things get crazy when they grow up.
Okay. I get the picture.
It's a conversation shift topics, share a story about her siblings. This type of conversation would leave you falling asleep, but you find grateful for child buying you more time.
Well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going. Traveler, Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and find some time to spar.
It's raining.
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look less like you're gonna keel over.
All right. Well, thanks for everything, Arlecchino.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would say we can call ourselves even.
Wait, Arlecchino? I think I've been calling her Arlecchino this whole time, but it's Arlecchino. Okay.
I like the sound of that. Well, I'm off. See you all some other time.
We should probably get going too. Do you want to head back with us?
Oh? You want me to leave so soon?
Oh, well, you see,
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. I have some things to think about. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive this slight. I do hope you'll have a pleasant stay.
we managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, do you? Oh, I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
The storm is actually kind of funny timing when she said she's enjoying the breeze, but okay. Guess she just likes the rain. Okay. Oh! Ouch. What are the chances of that? Wait, am I going the right way? Yeah, I think I am going the right way. No, that's kind of cool.
Pleasant breeze and glorious sunshine.
How is rain?
So,
Like, does this happen when it's not raining? It only happens when it's raining. That's some crazy detail where it's kind of like leaking water. I don't think it normally happens unless it's raining. Okay, how's your investigation going?
Lenny, how did everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clairvy can't go into the sunlight.
What do you mean?
Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished.
Oh. But she's probably still there, right? It's just that we can't see her.
I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... No, it wouldn't be her wish if that were the case. Well, we could always try pushing her into it.
I'm not sure pushing works on a non-corporeal being.
Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back here. How did it go with you, Lynette?
Good. I've got the list. It's right here.
Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look! Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
Wow, this organization is so huge.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade, Landois, Chambel, Horaire.
Execution list, Horaire? Oh. Yeah, just all the names that she was reading earlier.
Oh, yikes. That Horaire guy has a huge scar on his face. He's kinda giving Paimon the creeps.
I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission. I still remember him joking with me about it. He said any future lover would take one look at him and then lose all interest.
Did he say anything else?
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation ended. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but it didn't work. One day, Father asked to see him, and, well, I never saw him again after that.
Wait, so that means the knave,
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of the house. Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. So, if you do try to leave, you pay with your life.
It's either that or maybe his death was faked. That could be a thing, right? Some
Her name's
atmosphere.
not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising. It doesn't seem like this list is complete. It only contains records dating back around 5 years. Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything out? Fremine.
Sorry. I was thinking about something. I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house was a little... strange.
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past, times when people haven't gotten along. Chaplot and Filiol are a good example of that.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different vibes, and their, interests seem to be pretty different as well.
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here. As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people, that's an identity they never asked for. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But considering the rules of the house, most people would never say that out loud. People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision. They're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filiol and Nantoy, on the other hand, well, they aren't quite as enthusiastic.
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like Father is in the dark about any of this.
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have gotten worse lately. Filiol and the others, it seemed like they were meeting in secret to talk about something. I can't say for sure, but I think they've met Clairvy.
You think she's been inciting them to act out?
No, not exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if she said something to them about the darkness in the house and how deep it runs. She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children. People being used as pawns on the battlefield without so much as the strength to survive.
And they just believed all that? Without any evidence?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is secondary.
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't it?
What? We heard that earlier from Child.
Whoa, hold on a second. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh? This is the second time it's come up now.
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have been working on together. Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui's strategic plan for the future. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuja.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been funneling the house a lot of funding. It's just that we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan, it's an honor in name only. What they're really trying to do is subdue us. The existence of an intelligence organization outside their control makes them feel uneasy.
Looks like the Fatui are plotting something big. Given how little Linny and the others seem to know about it, I won't be able to learn much. Should keep a sharp eye out during any future dealings with the Fatui to see what I can learn.
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all of this have to do with the conflicts you were talking about earlier? Paimon doesn't get the connection.
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying, and that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions. I thought resolving the Clervy situation would make everything go back to normal, but it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filiol and the others to their own devices, sooner or later, Father will be forced to take action.
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make matters worse. We should focus on Clervy for now. Well, it's getting late. We should head back and get some rest. We'll try again first thing tomorrow. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Make sure they don't do anything they'll regret. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Right. Time for sleep. And races with all sort of thoughts.
Oh, I'm always looking forward to an early night, but she can't sleep at all. Hey, you don't think the Knave will be too angry with Linny and everyone if she finds out about all this, do you?
Yeah, she's gonna find out eventually.
She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... Ooh, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler?
Well, you can just hide behind me.
Trust is effort, Traveler. Look! Look over there!
Nervy? What's she doing over there?
Quick! Let's catch up with her before anyone sees! Over there!
It's quite the ghost. Now, what is she trying to do?
Oh, where is she going? Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast!
Well, I've been wondering if people can actually see her. Is she like one of those ghosts that only certain people can see her? Like certain people that she lets see? Or whether, yeah, everyone can see her when we see her. Given that not everybody seems to know about her, I would say it's one of those ghosts that would have to let you see them to see them.
Huh? Oh, look! She stopped!
Oh, it's nighttime. It's like, yeah, she can't really stand the day, but yeah, it's night.
Clearvy!
Shh. I opened the window while no one was looking. Look how pretty the outside is.
Window?
If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting? It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right?
Please, help us get on the same page here, Cleary. We need you to tell us what you know. Can you do that?
Sure. Although, after you hear all this, I think you might regret that decision. Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool, something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable, including me. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value, and you're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough.
You're saying the knave did all that? It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross.
So, something to remember is the knave is just the name of the leader of the House of Hearth. It doesn't particularly mean it's Arlecchino that did all this. Possibly, she could be talking about someone in the past.
I knew you wouldn't believe me. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother.
Mother?
But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand.
Perry. There's that name again. Also, Paimon's getting a strange feeling. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us for someone else.
Not sure either. She's a spirit. Could be anything.
Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs someone to talk to. We should keep her company for a little longer.
So, I did have a very funny thought. Like, wouldn't it be funny if this was like a image of the past? Kind of like a memory. And the girl right here could have actually been Arlecchino. I mean, it is Arlecchino's character story, so I wouldn't be surprised we're learning about her past this way, but it's quite the stretch. There's still not enough evidence to kind of support that, but it's a possibility that kind of occurred in my head. But yeah, we'll see.
She looks so young, but it seems like she's been through a lot.
It's getting windy. I should close the window. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhnaya, you can see the aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty. Even prettier than the moon tonight.
Love to see it.
Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together. But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me, and I'm too scared to face her. What should I do?
That necklace is what kind of was like attracting me to her. Like, what does that have a significance? She left.
Paimon really doesn't understand what's going on with her. Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning tomorrow.
Night passes.
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
Before we do that, I have a question.
Oh? What is it?
Have the knave and the doctor ever worked together?
What makes you ask that?
Well, we kinda ran into Clairview last night, and that's what she told us. We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous, and he's done all sorts of bad things.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings, but I don't think Father would work with him. We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partnership. I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with the House of the Hearth. Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one. It had to do with some sort of secret experiment.
Secret experiment? Could that be what Clairvy was talking about?
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. That was the extent of his involvement. I still don't think that counts as working together. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the case with the situation Clairvy referred to. I know you don't agree with some of the Vtui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I am asking you to trust us on this. The House of the Hearth has its own principles. There are certain lines we're not willing to cross.
Alright, that's good to hear at least.
Yeah, this is the reason why I feel like Clairvy isn't, talking about things that are happening presently, but something that happened way in the past. Something that Arlecchino, changed for the House of the Hearth.
Clairvy seems to think the Knave and the Doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon doesn't know how he would even face you guys.
And a big giveaway is the fact that Clairvy named the Knave Mother, while the current members of the House of the Hearth kind of refer Arlecchino as father. So I think that's the one big giveaway. So I'm pretty sure Clairvy is someone in the past for sure.
It's just that it doesn't seem like Clairvy is lying either.
But I do wonder why it's showing up
Just
now.
ask the Knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
And you know what's also interesting? Clairvy also, went up and, she liked to kind of look outside there. That's kind of what Arlecchino was doing too. There's just too much coincidence happening right now. It's not evidence, but it's just kind of fits. Let's focus on the plan for now.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. We'll be counting on you to distract her. Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone.
And not only that, it's really hard for me to believe that Arlecchino will have trouble tracking someone like this down. Unless, it's almost like time travel rules where you shouldn't really meet who you were from the future or your past.
All right, let's get to it.
This would cause a time paradox type of situation. But she is a ghost, so she also could disappear whenever Arlecchino is around. Go ahead and talk to them first.
Where are we going today?
Let's try somewhere further away this time.
And we're looking for the Knave again. To distract her again. Interesting that she likes misdirection. But I guess, the less you know about her, then less weaknesses they can exploit on her. That's why she'd rather people have the wrong idea of her rather than knowing who she really is. Here? Right, there's no easier way to get up here, but Oh. Huh? How did you die, Kazuha? I think maybe he fell during a cutscene somewhere. Let me go revive him really quick. You never know whenever you need him. God. Actually, he's probably just on the other side, right? Yeah, okay. I was thinking if it was on like a different floor, then that would be annoying, especially if you had to go up. Okay, with that out of the way. Is it easier to go from up here, maybe? That way you can go down instead of needing to climb. Switch to this so I can fly faster too. There she is. And somehow there's this challenge I never did before. It's so hard to hit. I hit it. Wait. Okay, it's actually below. I was thinking it was the one thing on top. Let's start over. It's kind of hard for me to see. Oh. Arc. That wasn't too bad.
I shall treasure this good fortune.
Okay. Nap time.
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night?
A little.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
Yeah, she knows. I mean, I feel like Paimon was kind of obviously kind of giving it away.
Us? Distract you? A good one. But no, we were just here for a chat.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere? Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
So you know everything then.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be very patient. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now.
She just released the pigeon that Lenny gave us.
Oh, good idea. Hopefully he sees it in time. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good.
Yeah, we really don't have any other options. Guess all we could do is take it one step at a time.
Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Linny and the others are on thin ice, so let's do our best to not get them in any more trouble.
It's kind of far. Yeah, what could she want to do here?
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine. Although, there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most.
Yeah, sadly she's not wrong.
Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them.
There's really no other way to solve the issue?
I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove.
Wait, so she knows about Clairvy?
If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe.
Hold you to it.
Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time.
Wow, she's really on top of everything. Is Clairvy even... Is she like just like a trap?
It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. Permanently.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned. Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
Negotiations this is all about. This is... Are we gonna see... Are we gonna see, Neuvillette? Looks like we're heading in there.
It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis. I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Guess I'm just hanging around.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Kind of.
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's drained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
It would be useful if I knew what that proposal was in the first place. Out of context is kind of, just all cold to me.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine. And, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
Yeah, it feels like it's something that benefits Fontaine, but he's questioning what did they gain from it, pretty much. And whether this help or this action would it's not any like ploy, not tainted, but that's just my guess.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
He knows.
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
Oh no, he's still here. Expecting him to be sitting in the chair, but he's like kind of blending in the background for me, especially when he's not facing towards me.
I believe I've told you before that my emotions easily resonate with those of others. Yet in the few meetings I've had with that Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of her emotional state. Her mind is like a still body of water. Who knows what darkness lies in its depths, and the lack of ripples on the surface gives nothing away. It's unclear whether this is her natural state of being, or whether it's an incredible strength of will that gives her the ability to master her emotions. Either scenario, however, suggests she is a very dangerous individual. I do not expect an explanation as to why you two are by her side. Whatever your reasoning, I would only advise you to take caution.
Yeah, as caution I could be. Okay, so wonder why she needed me to be there. Maybe she just giving time for Linny and Lynette to
What exactly were you talking about back there?
kind of pass their little test.
Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind of irrigation scheme.
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Linny, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay. Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Oh. Amy may seem relaxed, but she didn't seem to be joking earlier. She said those who betrayed the organization must pay with their lives. I think she's serious about punishing those kids. But how should we stop her? No, there's something else we should figure out first. While we were talking in front of the Palace Memorial, she mentioned Clivia's name. Does that mean she knew where Clivia was this entire time? Maybe she even anticipated how Linny and the others were going to act. Ouch.
Oh, shoot. Are you alright? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going.
I also wasn't paying attention.
Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On the house.
Looks familiar for some reason. He does?
You don't have to give us anything.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. All the extras will be useless come tomorrow anyway. It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew. I haven't had many takers today, so I'm still swimming in papers.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually, so...
Hold on.
Is it? Wait. I see. So, remember when we were looking at this list of people in the roster and they show pictures? I was like wondering why that mattered, and there was one person with a scar that was executed. Could that be him? That she let go?
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora, it's just... I don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers. Here, your payment.
But even if she, let them go, then, she's just gonna act like she doesn't really know him. That's just how the whole picking his death works, right?
Oh, thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out.
Good for him. Wonder if like getting like some kind of makeover is part of the whole fake out deal. Usually a part would be.
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer? Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson on an empty stomach.
It's like Paimon's trying to buy us more time. Head back now. I doubt Linny and the others still have made any progress. What should we do?
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Claire V, are you not? And my relationship to her.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
I mean, it feels like, you know, if Claire V really is her, then that kind of explains a lot of things, right? She would know everything already that's going on. Because that's like I'm assuming that Claire V is her in the past, who is now here in the future. I mean, it's such a stretch point to think that that's still, but there's still nothing that says that it can't be her. And she obviously knows Claire V pretty well. But yeah, she would remember talking to the traveler in, you know, with her past self.
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
Then what can you possibly...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so far.
Well, your condition, let's hear it.
Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Okay, sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes? When is that supposed to be?
Yeah, because it really feels like she knows the future for some reason, right? Then, you know, if she is able to kind of travel to the future when she was a kid, that would explain it. But being this far away, it's kind of hard to kind of believe that, you know, she could do it by normal means.
That is for you to decide.
We accept your condition.
Then we have a deal. Follow me.
Nameless runes. Oh, this is actually kind of far. I don't know why I'm trying to roll my way over there. It's a closer location I can go from. Seems to be the closest. I have to slowly make my way over there. Just a nice leisurely stroll with the knave.
Can't catch me! How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
But I need to go here though. Oh, I may have us too close to the left.
What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more than a pile of rubble. No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you.
It's about her past?
It was before I became a harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother. And this is where it all happened.
Oh. I'm still taking this all in. Wow. Okay, either Clairvy's friend could have been her. And Clairvy is trying to get revenge by constant distance. But it still doesn't explain why she knows so much. Well, obviously the mother was... Wait. Yeah, mother. Let's just continue for now.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Why? I mean, you could... The other thing is you could also say, like, when you like leave behind your previous identity, you technically killed who you were, right? That could be the other way of saying it, but so it's I'm trying to figure out whether it's that or whether literally she killed Clairvy.
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all. It was a kind of purgatory.
Yeah, so far it sounds like what my guess about, Clairvy being a past character, someone in the past, seems to be true. But, considering that she knows about Clairvy, it really feels like it's still her in the past.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Teyvat. But as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than tools to be used and then discarded.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. But what actually happened to her?
Yeah, because, it sounds like if it is like someone like her friend, that she doesn't really have a good reason to kill her in the first place. I can only think that it really is her. Still that theory still holds so far.
You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally. Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created. Of course, There was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruware.
Peruware? Was she also kind of called Perry?
Wait, the friend that Clarivy mentioned?
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now.
Huh? What does that even mean? Did she not consider them as friends before? Yeah. So, the highly probable scenario right now is either she was Perry, but there's like no other hints that kind of says that could be really her, or she is Clarivy, but which one is it?
Clarivy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruware, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded.
Okay, well now you know who. So in the end, she killed her best friend and killed her mother. Ooh.
Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clarivy longed for freedom, Peruware was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clarivy told Peruware that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clarivy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will. Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Peruware would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
So, whenever it was like some kind of duel that kind of forced her to kill Clarivy, is that what the story is?
Oh no. What happened?
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruware weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as ever. It was during this time that Peruware suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies? Mother herself. Clarivy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success. Clarivy never gave another reason, but Peruware could see it written all over her face. Clarivy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross. If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained.
Death? Was it just suicide then?
Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruware. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. But ultimately, Clarivy decided to let Peruware end her life. From that moment on, Peruware's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. a trail of corpses strewn across her path to success. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was?
Killing the person at the very top?
Who's Sabina, you mean? But...
Correct. This is the place where Peruware killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared. The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Peruware won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. You're Peruware. Arlecchino is just a name you got later.
This was your story just as much as Clairvy's.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories.
So, I guess the weird thing is, why is Clairvy kind of still around? Things are different now. She doesn't even seem to know.
After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father.
Yeah, I mean, I picked up that part pretty quickly.
And that is where the story ends. Any more questions?
Wait, is the Clairvy that we meet a fake somehow? Like someone that is pretending just to act on it as a trap? That's the one, but I mean, she technically is, you know, ghost-like, so it's not really a real person. And does, I mean, and it also seems like she knows that this ghost of Clairvy is around. Yeah, so the cover we met though, who is she exactly?
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy we met... Was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy is a very special case. Clairvy died when she was 16 years old. But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze as well.
Yeah, well, I guess I should have known. I feel like time traveling, even though it is a possibility in these any story we go, it's still always a difficult thing to kind of introduce, right? It makes more sense that she really is a ghost, in the sense through the knave's powers.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years' worth, however, and it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight, they failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house is impossible to escape, and it is this very perception that traps her there. But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
She's killing her for good? That's such a really sad thing. Even though she's cold-blooded, she must still have some kind of feelings over this. I mean, she kept Clairvy around for a long time. But it is causing problems, so that's why, guess why she's resolved to do this.
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
I mean, I'm pretty sure she tried. She tried already, from what I can tell.
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run.
Is this really what you want to do?
Wow, a rare time when I don't have to read for the Traveler.
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I give your friends quite a bit more time. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see.
Here they are, Father.
You gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me.
Lenny!
Hervé.
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time. But I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh, stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoi, Sato, Toddy. Nantoi clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoi, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
Why? Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences. I'm sorry, Sheplo. Fultz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished?
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father, please reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please. Linny, you...
I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me.
That's right, a duel. The winner can decide the rules, right?
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait. Beat Father in a duel?
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Linny.
We are very close. They're gonna help too.
Did you hear that, Traveler?
Oh, she did say the favor that, she wanted us to do was to help them out, right?
Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that? If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey, are you listening?
Executing them really what she wants? I don't think that's what she wants, but she's not gonna lose on purpose, right?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Back then, she really actually answered my question. But that makes the answer pretty obvious, doesn't it?
Oh. Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
So we have to win. We have to win. There's no way the knave will lose on purpose, though.
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
The only answer. I like to see for myself what the fourth of Fatui Harbinger can do.
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
If it's okay.
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
Wait, am I playing as the Traveler? If I'm playing as a Traveler, this might be bad. Oh, okay.
Closer now.
Ouch.
Why the hesitation?
I'm gonna see how you move.
Father's movements!
It's definitely fast.
With these...
I'm like lacking energy right now.
Is it my turn now?
Clouds high. The birds come.
Here, you alright? Now that's lucky. Is it my turn now? With these rising flames!
Try to pace yourself.
That's what I'm actually doing. I didn't want to beat her too quickly.
Destruction shall rise. The countdown has begun. Have a taste of purgatory.
Charge attack. Oh yeah, I'm marked. Ouch. Ooh, that hurts.
And voila!
Wait, where's Liddy? You know, where the other three are? Aren't they supposed to help me? Well, technically I'm helping them, but they're supposed to be here, right?
Leaves adorn my night.
Well,
Take it easy. Game's up. Over here.
ooh, wow, okay. Food.
With these rising flames.
If I really have to draw my blade, then
Is it my turn?
Yeah, I'm not really using my combat crew.
as one with
Still, this should be strong enough to go against her.
Here comes the catch.
and voila!
You've proven to be a worthy opponent. Spare your energy. Running.
Two wings. She's serious now. She's like a spider. Hunter of Two Worlds. Ooh, ouch, that hurt.
My blade is all that remains.
Gotta dash.
Yeah, Yaka's kind of fragile. She needs a lot of good healers to keep her alive.
Look out!
Ninjutsu.
Now our chance.
Over here.
Oh, wait. Is that leaning? Yeah, they jumped in a little bit. Just a little bit.
And away I go.
Ouch, ouch.
Can't touch me.
Uh-oh. Healer needs to be alive.
The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. You struggle in vain.
Got an achievement.
Game's up. Fun zone.
Now our chance.
Let's see
Over
how
here.
strong you are.
Need heal. Okay. Ouch. At least the healer is still here.
Adorn my night. Wind strike.
Busted.
Watch out for father's movements. Look out!
Sundown is only the beginning.
Kind of sad that may go a bit longer, but ooh. Genshin's animation is always really good.
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry, father!
He's just too strong.
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Can't move?
Father, no!
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
Huh? She like just Sharingan me?
Moon? I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me.
Those high heels.
I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
It was a good thing I was here then.
Brother, are you alright?
Lenny.
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away.
Oh, that is so smart. You technically lose your lives. You lose the person you were before, right? It's almost like, like Men in Black, that flashing thing that erases your memory. It's that, right? You just see people who leave or retire from Men in Black also have to kind of go through that too, where they have to lose their memories. So you essentially are losing your lives, just not, your actual life. Just who you were before. Yeah, that sounds useful, but I mean, they said they were tired of, being in the house, so it's just technically a fitting ending for them.
If you can withstand the pain, when you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization.
Because that's the reason why that one newspaper boy didn't really know her too well. He probably would be scared if he met her, right? Though, if she kind of let him live, then maybe that would have also been the reason why he's not as scared, but he's still acting perfectly as if he didn't know her.
In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house, and give you a new identity.
That means the young men I thought looked familiar, the one selling newspaper outside the Paralysis Memoria, he must have been the same horror we saw on the list of executions. He wasn't killed at all.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
You know, I didn't actually catch that portion. Well, it's more like I didn't think about, of them losing memories at all. It didn't occur to me until after that bottle whole thing came up. If my understanding of the Neve is right, she really thinks that killing him, the horror that lives... Horror that live in the House of Hearth is dead. The one that remains is simply a normal person living out his life with his beloved. Even so, it's much better than actually ending their lives.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so, I won't have to live in fear anymore. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. And bring Linny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours.
Okay, so this also just makes me realize what the proposal was from Nouvellette that she gave him. She probably just asked him to take care of the people she leaves behind, right? And the whole tainted thing, because they were Fatui, whether they would be trusted, but she's pretty much ensuring that that they aren't tainted, that they're no longer Fatui, and she's definitely right. Oh, the story.
Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Linny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
Claire V.
Yeah, what about her? Big moment.
Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time.
She's also out in the sunlight too.
You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
Yeah, it could definitely feel that way if you were a ghost from the past.
Neither. You died, Claire V. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's so speechless.
I mean, I feel like it's really hard to sugarcoat this in the first place. And when someone's confused, it's just better to just to kind of give it up to them straight. Because anything else would kind of just make things more confusing. If this really is Clairvy's younger self, then I would say she's probably had enough lies.
Oh. Okay then.
Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that?
Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die."
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end. And I always hoped that person would be you. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Iudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past.
Called it.
Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Is she not outside right now?
It so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
Really? Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight!
Talking about the land of animal, nations of freedom. Talking about the land of Geo, nation of contracts. Talk about the land of Electro, nation of eternity, or talk about the land of Dendro, nation of wisdom. Well, I think the most interesting place would be the one that's farthest away from, Fontaine or from here, from Shania, right? Somewhere kind of more foreign. So I would say I would go with Electro.
Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like? I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face. Are there any yokai like that?
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they look.
Yeah, he really doesn't look that scary. Forgot his name already. Again, I'm bad with names. But I remember who it is. I just forget his name. That's just how I am. Oh, I can talk about all of them. Okay, let's go with Animal then.
You know, I used to dream of being a bard. Playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what.
Oh, that's part of the end right there. I just realized that she is probably gonna die. Gonna be gone. That's because, you know how ghosts are, who's in purgatory. Once they fulfill what they're here to do, then they go away, right? So, pretty sure in the end of these stories, that's what's gonna happen. What, Gio?
Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before. If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, well, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I guess I'd just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day.
Intro.
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying. I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty great.
Clever, but all the nations you visit, mention the conversation to Hunter Fontaine, the nation she once called home.
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to have to stand trial at the Opera Epicles.
Oh no, that must have been hard for all of you. What happened next?
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly. All thanks to Detective Paimon, of course.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Okay, so it was like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed to the scene and...
Is listening very intently to Paimon's story about our time in Fontaine. She seems really happy, like all her troubles have been forgotten. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been able to truly relax. But I'm not sure how long this moment can last.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time.
As time passes, she'll probably forget everything we've told her and go back to being that scared little girl who could only hide in the shadows. Huh? I was so busy thinking I almost didn't notice. The sun has risen. Were we fighting in the dark this whole time? At nighttime? Maybe going to the light is like, her passing. She's like almost like a vampire.
You've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. there's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid.
Yeah, that probably affects her more than Paimon. This is like watching this one anime I've seen before. Oh my god, I remember the music did its Secret Base, but what's the name of the movie again? The one with the ghost girl and like, you know, that one person that can only see them in the group of friends. Anohana? But I'm pretty sure a lot of people would probably know the movie I'm talking about. But that movie. Oh.
I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye.
No, it really was Anohana.
Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What
What's
is
up,
he doing
Linny?
back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filial and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
How many took the bottle? Because just 2 of them took it, right?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
Well, she probably seen, you know, her best friend in him, really. That's what he was kind of doing.
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning, from the very moment she suggested a duel.
Even further than that.
I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down. Protecting my family at all costs. That's my conviction.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment. No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Wait, 2 days later. What? It still goes on for a little bit more? 2 days? Guess maybe we get to see, the two people who lost their memory, how they are now? Is that what it is? Because I guess it would be too soon to see them right away after they just lost their memory, but... Huh. Yeah, it is kind of curious to see how they would turn out.
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Bouffe d'été? Oh, Paimon wonders how they're doing. Maybe we should go check on them.
Yeah, let's do that. They look fine.
Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief!
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
There's no need to worry. I am right as rain.
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days. I couldn't even turn over.
That's sore, huh?
Oh, and I wanted to ask, is Clairvy gone?
Because they would be sad about
The
that.
other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
We bid her farewell under a blanket of sunlight. Her wish has been fulfilled.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crusabina and Clairvy. Actually, I've met Crusabina before.
What? How?
Wait, what? You've met the former knave?
Crusabina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth.
Oh.
Crusabina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, the atmosphere in the house was suffocating. When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone. Crusabina never talked about the past with us newcomers. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crusabina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clairvy included, were lost to the flames, along with the painful memories they represented.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crusabina or Clairvy.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crusabina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. To say that she valued them in any way, even just as a tool, would probably be giving her too much credit. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
We saved you in the end.
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay. Because this is our home. We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave. But as long as Father is here, we will always have a home.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Just invite us back as guests and we'll call it even.
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Are Filial and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy. If I had to take a guess, I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished for.
The heart flame goes out. That's the end of Arlecchino's character story. Quite the journey, huh? Oh. Man, I feel like I have to roll for her now. they they made her both strong, but also they gave her such good character that it's really hard to kind of not pull for her. Even though I am trying to save for like potentially, future characters that might go well. The one thing that always bugged me with my roster is the fact that I don't really have a really strong pyro character. That's always been my weakness so far. Let's see. Filter. Oh, these 4 are just my party members. Yeah, these are the pyro characters I currently have right now. There has been, lots of a handful of pyro 5-star characters in the past. But that's why I was really excited for Chevreuse when she came out. And then she's, just a support character. I always had the idea of working on Yanfei. That's why she's kind of partially leveled. But whether she'd be fun to play with has always been one of the reasons why I haven't really fully worked on her. And Diluc, it's kind of for the same reason, but it's actually more because of the artifacts that he needs, or the ones that I don't have, right? And I feel like too lazy to kind of farm for his artifacts. Especially when I wasn't really enjoying his kind of playstyle. Sub DPS Xiangling. Again, not really main DPS. I think the only character that could have been a pretty good DPS character was Gaming, right? I just wasn't fully sure. Right? But I was pretty glad to get him in case he is actually really good, then I could work on him. But it feels a little more safer to work on a 5-star character than on a 4-star, which is why I've been hesitating on him. Which is why I want to hear and see more on him. And possibly you might even need more constellations before it gets good. So that's why I decided to kind of wait. But with that said, while Arlecchino has her issues, she's also a really strong pyro character. And I'm just kind of debating whether she would work well with some of my current characters I have, like Raiden. Wow, would she somehow work well with an Overlord build? And the answer is maybe. It's kind of hard to tell unless I just give it a try, right? But the only way I can give it a try is if I rolled for her. So let's get shown the road. We're gonna go ahead and do some rolls for Arlecchino. Man, I'm just so used to calling her Arlecchino, but that's not the right way. Arlecchino. I make it sound like a K. But yeah, I don't. Obviously, Xiangling's maxed out, so I don't need her. 4-star characters, but Fremine and Lynette, I don't have much copies of them, so they're a welcome addition if they join. I am just trying to think of, of how much of her I want. Question is, am I happy with just one copy of her? I remember thinking that her C2 is pretty important, but I feel like that's a stretch to reach. I think if I was going to go for her, that's where I want to kind of hit. So maybe I'll just stick with C1 any good. Mask of the Red Death is further enhanced. Disruption resistance, so she's a little bit more tanky. Oh, okay. So I'll probably be fine with C0 for now, and then see how all the other new characters turn out to be. And if they don't turn out to be what I'm looking for, then I can roll more copies of Arlecchino. But yeah, I guess Arlecchino is going to be the newest character add to my roster, which is a long time, right? I have not really gone for a new character for a very long time. Let's see, and oops, that's not where the wish is. Let's see how long ago has it been since I got a 5-star character, which is actually not long ago. That was in the beginning of the year when I rolled for the final copy of Raiden. Yeah, I'm really hoping to see how well she works well with Raiden, just like how I kind of use Eula with Raiden. I imagine it's gonna be very similar to that. Maybe, just maybe a little bit better because, you know, with Chevreuse around, that's gonna work well with Raiden and Arlecchino more than with Eula. Okay, okay, I'm trying to remember how I'm doing this. Can I record at the same time stream? I forget. It's been a long time. I feel like, no, I think I usually clip it. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna kind of do this in a way that as if I am making a separate video for my polls. Yeah, and then I clip it later and paste it as a different video. So people who are watching this doesn't need to watch that video. They can, but it's gonna be the same thing. But I am gonna treat this as if I'm recording a video. So just give me a second. Hello everybody, it's your boy NoukonNeko, your perfect virtual feline friend and purveyor of good vibes. So today we are here on Genshin Impact to roll for Arlecchino. If you guys haven't watched already, I streamed her character story and I've been unoffensive for her before today, but you know, after playing and completing her story, I'm pretty convinced that I really do enjoy her character quite a bit. Her kit, it is good. It does have its issues, and this is gonna be something I'm gonna have to deal with, right? With the fact that she can't be healed by other players or characters, and might rely on more on shields, which my kit's kind of bad on. But I guess I just have to deal with it as I go, because I do need a good pyro character, and I feel like she's just too much of a good candidate to just kind of ignore. So that's why I'm here today. Let's go ahead, start wishing, and at least just go for one copy of her. And I guess getting more copies of Renee and Lynette is a welcome addition. Shanling, she's already maxed, so that's the one thing I just don't hope it doesn't appear too much. So won't be too bad of a banner to roll for. All right, here we go. First 10 pull. Not gonna be too surprising because history shows that my last 10 pull literally had Raiden in it. So it's a fresh start all the way to guarantee, and oh no, that's already a bad sign. But this does mean that when I hit the guarantee, it is gonna be a 50-50 whether I get her or not. So I'm hoping to at least win that if I don't even get her early in the soft pity. Okay, nothing here. And I don't know what I can get here that would impress me, but not too bad. Yeah, a lot of the 4-star characters I don't really look into them too much until I get more constellations of them, because it's really hard for them to be better than what I am currently using. Okay. Third 10 pull. We're hitting midway, which is usually the spot where nothing gets too surprising until soft pity. Nice. 4-star that I don't have enough constellations for, so I'm happy about that. And another one. Whew. Yeah, I think they're both at C0, so this means she's probably now at C2 and Renee's at C1. Warp Temple. That's the last of all the fates I've been gathering ever since my last pull video. Odin's Sword. I do need more copies of those. I'm happy about that. Everything else is kind of bare minimal. Okay, now we're dipping into the Prima Gems. It might look a lot, but it's definitely gonna go away pretty quickly as, you know, I'm going through all of this. Okay, here we go. That's the 5th. Three stars, 3 stars. C2. Hey, not too bad. It's looking better. We only got like Zhongling once. Okay. 6 10-pole. Getting close to soft pity, but it's not there yet. Zhongling, the one that I don't need. She's already maxed out. Okay, so that means the next one's either the next one or the one afterwards is the real soft pity pull. Was the last one the 6th one? Need to have a counter next time. So this next one is either the 6th or the 10th pull. Either way, should be seeing gold soon, but probably on the next one. That's most likely the 6th one. If it was the 7th one, it would have been soft pity. But I guess even with soft pity, it doesn't really fully guarantee it. Bell. Okay. That's okay. Rarely do I have much characters that need defense as a greatsword user. Oh, not good. But okay. Here we go. The moment of truth. It's a coin flip. I get Arlecchino or Arlecchino. Probably would help if I actually pronounced her name right. Gotta pray. That was a very quick. They really did not like. You know, I was expecting it to happen mid-10 pull, not the very first one. So they really did not like elongate the whole suspense for the 5-star character. And it's too bad because it's the one character I haven't really worked on too much. I will eventually. He's probably my only DPS Dendro character. Okay, moving his lance. Go with always happy with Favonius weapons. Okay, so man, this means we're gonna have to go another long 7-10 pulls to have a chance to get her. Well, not a chance, to guarantee get her. Either that or I could hope for an early 5-star, please. The best chance of it happening is like literally right after you get a 5-star, but oh, another Lynette. That's either C3 or C4. I'm just really bad at memorizing things. So I was trying to see things out loud, but even so, second 10 pull. Yeah, doesn't look like an early 5-star is happening. Just luck is not on my side today. I mean, I have enough to guarantee it. So the question is how much, what did it cost? Third. So they're gonna take almost all my Prima gems. I am not gonna be ready for Clorant. It's gonna be RNG whether I'm able to get Clorant if I am going for her. C3 or C4. But hearing that I think she's a lecture unit does make it less likely that I really would need her when I have someone like Raiden in my like lineup already. Yeah, it just, you know, out of the two, it does make more like sense to kind of go for Arlecchino to handle an area of my team that's kind of where I'm weak at. Okay, this is a 4th 10 pull. I end up this Lynette and from me might end up being C6, which is not a bad outcome either. It's actually kind of rare to have all the 4-star characters maxed out from the pull. I tend to kind of get the same character. Okay, fifth temple. This is rough. This has been rough. Luck's not on my side. Not today. I've been told I'm lucky for many things, but not today. Oh, it hurts. Ever since I see Zhongling, it hurts even more. Yeah, it really does seem like I would have to hit soft pity. Ooh. But I think around 2 to 3 more pulls. Rust. Don't really need that anymore. I have plenty of rust. Pain. It's almost over. It's almost over though. It'll be worth it. Okay, here's the 5-star. Another Femine. I'm curious to see whether, yeah, how far they are all at the end of all this. Flute. That's okay. And now...
Arlecchino, 4th of the Fatui Harbingers. The children of the House of the Hearth call me Father. I do hope our partnership proves to be a pleasant one, although I would imagine that should be fairly easy. After all, there's no cause for contention between us at the moment. Wouldn't you agree?
You know, is she the first character I get from, you know, rolling? It might be. I feel like I never heard any character talk to me before after I just get them. That might be a new thing they just added. But yeah, okay. So I have to pretty much pity for her, but yeah, I finally got her. So that's the final 10 pull. Okay. With that done and out of the way, let's go check how much constellations of some of my characters got, right? Starting with from an A. I think I saw him quite a bit. So C4 for Femine. Oops, I didn't mean to leave all the way back. And for Lynette, one, two, three, four. Yeah, they're both at C4. Pretty even, actually. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. I definitely need to start working on them a bit more now. That they have quite a bit of constellations on their belt. Okay, with that done, I think that's it for this poll video. So if you guys are going for Arlecchino, then I wish you luck. Otherwise, see you guys around. Thanks for watching. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye bye. And that is a cut. And sorry for people who jumped in chat when I was mid-rolling, but like I was trying to kind of have like a clip of that roll video for later, so I was trying to not interact with chat too much, so it doesn't detract the poll video too much and make it longer than it really should. Because people who kind of watch those videos, they kind of, you know, just want to watch it for the polls. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of people just asking me how I'm doing today. So, I mean, you guys are kind of catching me at the tail end of my stream. I literally just finished Arlecchino's character story, or Arlecchino, not Arlecchino. But I finished her story, and I liked her very well, and that's why I pulled for her character. Did really bad at pulling for the character, but I still got the character just due to the brute force of just having a lot of Primogems and fates all stored for her. So I'm gonna be really happy about working on a new character for the next 2 days. Question is how much can I warm up now? Huh? What was that? Huh? Is that normal? I feel like when I look at her preview, like right here, I feel like I didn't see that happen too much. This is what I generally see right here when you see her. Huh. Okay, let's go back to her actual character. I guess this is an animation that happens after the sitting animation. That's the only explanation for this. Okay, let's go ahead and get her to max. Should be fine. Yeah, I don't work on too many characters, so I should have plenty of resources to kind of spend on her. I do probably need to go around and look for more of these, though.
Always keep moving forward. Never let yourself be constrained by power.
Guess I just don't see her too often. Does that also happen in the, like, you know, outside of the menu as well?
And sorrow causes you to waver.
A golden melody. Like it is. So it's that new boss that I unlocked underneath that one world quest. So good thing I unlocked that. Eventually I'm going to be needing more of it. Okay. Yeah, this is where I need to farm this more. Oh, you know what? It's past reset time, so you know what that means? That means I can go farm for that material right now. And all the resin would count for, you know, today's daily. Okay. If I can remember where that boss is. You know what? It's probably faster if I just... Not here. Not domains. Enemies. Bosses. Legatus. Yeah, I haven't unlocked. It's just it's the map's so big now. It's really hard for me to remember where everything is at. It's easier to just go through the journal sometimes. Maybe if I was near the area, then it isn't gonna be as bad. Oh, I'm trying to remember how I beat it. It was Geo, right? Geo Shield. But I think I could burn it pretty quickly. Just with a nuking team, like with Raiden. So let's see how it goes. This is gonna be my second time fighting it alone. Ouch.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Huh? You asked for it.
Where did that bullet even go?
You're toast.
It just like went to the side.
Zuma shines eternal.
Use pyro for. I mean, I was told you actually want to use Geo for a shield and like great swords, things like break his rock. But either way, this team does do a lot of pyro damage, so that does work. I mean, I feel like I kill him more faster than I take down his shield, but that's just how good this team is. Okay, defense. And now we wait. And what do we do while we wait? You know what? I have condensed resin I need to burn, so I'll probably do that too while I'm waiting. Oh, I heard the new artifacts are good for Arlecchino. So since I just got her, I should probably start working on her artifacts. Let's see if I can remember. Wait. Yeah, where is the new artifact area? Is it this one? It's this one. Which one's good for her? After leaving combat for 3 seconds, damage dealt by increase. This is good for support characters from what I can tell. No burning points are nearby. This damage bonus will decrease by 10% per second until it reaches 0%. Yeah, this is better for support characters. It's probably not this one. Attack plus 18. When the value of bond of life increases or decreases, the character deals 18% increased damage for. Is this artifact only good on her? No other characters can take advantage of the 4-piece set? Because I don't think I know much other character with with the whole bond of life mechanic. But yeah, this is the one that she would probably want. So I guess I'm working on this. How much resin do I have? I have 10, so I could do 2 more bosses. So we'll do a couple of this and then go back to bossing and spend the rest of my condensed resin. It says Pyro and Electro, so this team actually might still be what's preferred for this. Yeah, good to know. Well, my farm for materials and her artifacts all began. This is what happens when you get a new character. Oop. Not what I meant to do. I meant to do this first.
Justice will prevail.
That'll be fine. These guys are so weak that it probably doesn't matter.
Now you shall perish.
Oh, 3 of these knights. It's gonna take another rotation.
I'm going in. Let's light it up. Hands where I can see them. Drop your weapons. Eat this. Nice and spicy.
They kneeled.
Eternal.
You out. There you go. Definitely enough energy for the next one. How much condensed resin did I have? 5. Yeah, I definitely need to spend it today anyways. I mean, I guess it came at a good time when I finally decided to roll for her. Oh, stats. Does anybody know what stats she wants? I feel like attack, crit, and HP are like the 3 I'm looking for. So probably not this. And it's also the wrong set. Hey, but it's a support set, so maybe it might be good on a different character. Ooh. Yeah, I need to do a lot more research on this. Our life. I need to kind of think of what characters this is good for. Characters that leave in combat for 3 seconds, damage don't increase. So turret-based character, sub DPS characters. When a burning opponent exists, it will decrease. It will increase by 10% until it reaches. Okay, so crit-based. Got it. I feel like when I work on characters, it tends to be a crit-based character.
Teamwork is dreamwork! You asked for it! Final warning! You're toast! Boba, get... Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Okay, no rotation. Definitely cannot take them out with 1 rotation. It's close though. Maybe if like the enemies didn't like run away from the center, I was closer to those 3 then maybe. Combat death. It might be better than nothing for now. I probably need some kind of fill-ins. But this goblet, I don't need to worry about that. You know, I actually didn't read what that like modifier was, especially to the dungeon.
Justice will prevent.
Ouch. Can you switch? Oh, I'm lacking energy.
Torn to oblivion.
Oh, almost in 1 rotation.
Get out of here!
Kind of trying to conserve energy for the next rotation.
Into the fire!
Ouch. Almost done. There you go. Okay. Are gonna go back out, fight the boss again. Oh, that's not good. Not good either. You probably want to attack. Attack stands, right? Constellations, I got both from me and well, we'll talk about when I was pulling, or talk about my current characters that I was using in that domain. The current characters in the domain, both Bennett and Zhang, they're at C6, while Chevreuse, she has some constellations, but she's not max. She's at 2. Right, I really do wish to get her to 6 eventually, so maybe I'm hoping that, you know, next time Arlecchino comes back, Arlecchino, then maybe it'd be nice if Chevreuse is there with her. That'd be perfect if that was the case. Oh yeah, I guess except for Bennett, he's still a C5, though I could get him to C6. And then if you're wondering about the banner characters when I just rolled, Fremne and Lynette, they're both at C4. Okay, let's go ahead and head back to the boss. I should be able to take down very quickly.
There is no escape. Why do they never...
Ah, I was trying to ult before he landed.
Back.
And trying to airframe it. It just did not
Your weapon.
work that way. Why does the shot just kind of whiff like that?
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
That last time was a glitch, but that was definitely 2 times in a row when it happened. I guess the bigger thing, if you didn't know, especially since like you're new here, is my Raiden, she's at C6. If you're wondering why I'm doing so much damage, it's because of that. She was one of the characters I rolled multiple times until she got to C6. Hey, let's go back to the domain, use the rest of the condensed resin, go back to the boss, and then we'll call it a night. Trying to think of if there's a way to beat these two. Maybe if I had them go back here, then it would have been quicker. But they literally went away from each other, which is like the worst thing that can happen.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Huh? Hands where I can see them. Final warning.
They're together. So I'm trying to see where I can take both the waves of enemy out with one rotation. Not the case.
Let's light it up. You asked for
This
it.
guy somehow avoided a lot of that. Oh, I needed to do this 3 times because I have enough resin. Well, I could also save the other resin for tomorrow. No, not really. No crit, no attack. The energy recharge was the only thing good in there. Maybe the element of mastery. Okay.
Shine down.
Oh, that's right. I don't have energy now.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Stop right there.
Eat this! Help! Regeneration's tracking me!
Oh, switch, please. There you go. That shield means nothing.
There is no escape.
Oh, I actually broke their shields.
Hands where I can see them. Final warning.
Maybe with all 3 of them here, just maybe I would get most of my energy back. Not too bad. Oh, that's bad. That's decent for, I guess, a sub DPS character. And then that one is okay as well. Last condensed resin.
Illusion shot. Everybody stand.
That charge is always going to be annoying to me.
Stop right there. Justice will prevail.
Oh, there. I'm always getting my energy just at the last bit of moment.
To oblivion. There is no adventure time.
Oh, I actually got them all. Nice. Just barely enough. Oh, I guess I didn't have any more condensed resin, which is fine. I think it's better just to spend all my resin anyways. Cryo damage goblet, not good substats. Okay, I still have enough for just one more of the boss. And I guess I don't have to worry about the resin for today as much.
Illusion shattered! Teamwork is dreamwork! You asked for it!
Oh, at least I hit him that time. Okay, if I can stay in the circle and do this.
Shines eternal!
He does have that one-hit move, which I need to be careful. Yeah, that was kind of bad. Okay. Just gonna stand here, and when I start tomorrow, being here means I could just spend my 40 resin right here. Better than condensing. Nice. I'm gonna have to start recovering Primo Gems after today. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to hope that I really don't want to roll for Koran that badly. I'm gonna go ahead and see how much more I can level Arlecchino up. Fire would help if I favorited her to move because she's a higher level. Follow. There you go. You know, the reason why I haven't worked on Tonari as much, I did actually try to work on him for a bit, but his problem is the mats. He needs more of the pollen, which is a problem for me. It's an annoying thing to kind of farm. Okay. Enough for another one? There you go.
Some call me excessively strong.
70. Okay, now I need to farm more of these flowers. I think I remember where they are from. Okay. I obviously need more of this. But we're getting there. I could also go ahead and grab the fates. I think that goes the same with Tonari, right? No, or maybe did I already grabbed it from him. Tonari? Higher now. Oh, because of his constellation, I forget. Crit rate. Okay, that's decent. That's kind of... That's very okay for a constellation. I say okay, but maybe it's kind of bad if it's just a stat increase. Usually I would want to have more interesting mechanics character rather than a stat increase, but okay. It is what it is for him. Okay. Well, level 70, and obviously I need to also work on our talents. I can do it right now. I think there's a point of me waiting for it. I think you kind of want it all. Kind of do it kind of equally. Okay, if I was... I haven't looked it up yet, but if I was trying to figure out which is more important, it's probably her skill and her normal attack that's more important first, and her ult being last. Her ult is mainly for healing purposes, while the other two is more for damage. While her skill is for that buff. It's definitely usable. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I need to convert this up. Okay, but I'll worry about that later. And for her artifacts, I technically could just use gladiators for now, and then once I get a complete set of the artifacts that she does want, that's specifically made for her, then I can switch over. So, but yeah, I can worry about that later. Oh, weapon. What does she want for a weapon? I guess I should definitely give her one of these 5-star weapons I have sitting around. Most likely I need to see which one is better for her. But yeah, definitely one of these. I always complain about getting spears that don't have enough characters that can utilize them. But now I do, so guess it was a good thing I got them. But yeah. Alright, I just need to do research on this though. Well, okay, with all that said, actually, since I have her, I'm gonna mess with this team. I might have to mess with the team later though. It's actually okay for me to switch Ayaka out for her. Since the world stuff is kind of easy.
This will be a productive partnership, I hope.
Yeah, and then using someone like Yelan, we could do vape. It's gonna be perfect. I just need to have actual artifacts on her. And then she can kind of move around like the way Ayaka does. I kind of wonder if that works over wire too. Exciting. All right. Yeah, okay. Now I think I am done with my stream for now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed Arlecchino's story, enjoyed my post for her, and I guess the question is, what's next? Today's Thursday, right? Tomorrow's Friday. There might be a group stream tomorrow. So look forward to that. I'm not sure what game. It really depends how much time everyone has. But if people have enough time, that's what the plan is. But if not, then maybe we'll do more like Monster Hunter. I think keeping like Tuesday to Thursday nights for Genshin is gonna be a thing, while the other days is gonna be Monster Hunter or other group collab type of stuff. Definitely not enough time for Baldur's Gate from what I've been told. But yeah, at least maybe some Monster Hunter. That way I can still do stuff kind of solo, or still play with some of my friends that want to play with me for multiplayer or other Affinity members. But anyways, I think that's it for now. So again, thanks for watching and see you guys later. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye bye.